to Blaxit to Africa. I'm Tadre Delora Monnier, a California native living my best life in Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you so much for coming along for the ride. I hope that you are informed, entertained, and inspired to Blaxit to Africa. Today's going to be a bit different. Today will be a bit more like a vlog, and there is a method to my madness. And everything that I've done since I've come to Africa has been to shift the paradigm about how people see Africa and Africans, whether it was my fashion show, which was called Off the Beaten Path, or it's Blaxit to Africa, or it's my social media presence. And why am I doing this? The reason why I'm doing this is because I had an interesting conversation with a friend, someone that I love, admire, and respect. And she was like, girl, I don't even know, like, where are you in the world? How are you living? What are you doing? Are you living in a mud house? Are you living in a mud hut? Do you have electricity? Do you have water? Sis, you follow me on socials. I let you know where I am almost every time we chat. How is it that you don't know what part of the world I'm in and you think I live in a mud house? So essentially, y'all just want to believe what you want to believe, irrespective of all of the evidence. So moving forward, from time to time, I'll put out a vlog, and the vlog is designed to increase your awareness about Africa. In my particular case, specific to Nairobi, Kenya, or wherever else I happen to be in the world, to let you know that Africa is beyond the poverty porn, beyond the propaganda, and also to show you that with some intention, some cultivation, you can actually carve out a beautiful life in Africa. Blaxit to Africa is a visual podcast designed to encourage people of African descent to return home, whether you are someone like myself or you are continentally born and you are making your coin in the global north. Bring your resources back home. Let's start the day at the tailor's. One of the things that I tell people is that when you're shopping in Nairobi, where you win is with a tailor, with having things custom made, because otherwise you're going to be shopping at some department store where everything's going to be very basic and bland and more pricey than you're accustomed to paying in the global north, or you're going to be shopping secondhand or luxury designer. All right, now let's get ready to go to my aerial yoga class. We're going to travel from Milimani to Spring Valley. And there's my little Smurfette. This is how I get around town. This is definitely more efficient, I feel, than traveling with a four-wheel. Now, one of the things I also love about East Africa is that someone else pumps your gas. First off, just let me apologize for having my bum all in your face. I was really trying to get an angle that wouldn't disrupt the class and wouldn't inadvertently record my classmates. So not a great angle. However, I have an inset of another session that I did at aerial yoga previously. I really like this class and I really like my teacher, Saddam. We call him Sadi for short. And he's just great. He's encouraging, and it's more than just doing the flips and doing the tricks. It's really about centering yourself. And aerial yoga is just a great way to stretch, stay fit, stay strong. This was my second time coming to this class, and I highly recommend Sakura Studio for aerial yoga. Baby, I'm not even finna front. My back was killing me. Less so from the aerial yoga, but more so from this gym workout I did. Deadlifts are just not my friend. I also wanted to show you the complex in Spring Valley. It's so interesting to me coming from the States that you have all of this commercial activity surrounding a petrol station. Afterwards, my girl and I, we went and had a light bite just to get some more energy at Sugar Bowl, which is literally right downstairs from the workout studio. Then this was not my intention. However, it was so convenient because downstairs from Sugar Bowl is Carrefour, a local supermarket. Now, Carrefour, I believe, is a French-based company, but they have multiple stores here. This is one of their smaller stores. I just picked up a few things. Love this cold-pressed canola oil, my favorite brand for coconut milk. I really do try to shop local. Now, I don't normally shop here because it's more convenient for me to shop online. However, I wanted to give you a taste of shopping at the open markets here in Nairobi. This one is in my neighborhood, so I just picked up a few produce staples. I'm in a book club, y'all. I'm one of the, I think, 2 Americans in this book club. And so I stopped off at the bookstore to pick up our book for the month. We're reading Dedan, or it's called Dedan Kimathi Speaks. And Dedan Kimathi was a revolutionary. He was key in Kenya's independence from Britain. This bookstore is just really convenient. It's at my local mall, and it has a little bit of everything. However, I would highly recommend Somanami if you are interested in a Pan-African bookstore. Coming from the US, I will say that going to bookstores here, I just love it because the books I want to read are not shoved in a corner. They're not in the back. The books that I want to read are dispersed throughout the entire bookstore. And since I was already at the mall, I said, let me stop downstairs and get some produce. These are things that you cannot get at the open markets. Lychees, love these. Baby, when they come in season, I gotta get them. They're pricey, but hey. And this is everything that I purchased. I really felt like I was just going to aerial yoga, and then I ended up stopping at all these places. Now, if you follow me, you know that I'm into my teas. That's a homemade pineapple tea with this chamomile that I'm going to use to make these iPads along with some cucumber. If you know, you know. Now, one thing about me, delayed gratification, no, that's not my thing. I want to wear it right out the store. So I couldn't wait to put this little fit on so I can wear it out to dinner with my friends. And because it's a semi-outdoor space, Nairobi evenings can be cold. I had to put a little something underneath.
Cheers! Such a wholesome cheers! Oh, did I touch yours? Yeah, cheers. You vlogging? Hey everyone, I'm Evie, the girl she always talks about on her vlogs from Nigeria. She looks like my British Nigerian friend.
My Niger Brit friend. Yes.
I see myself all the time. She's like,
I was like, yeah.
I'm always featuring her vlog.
Cultiva is a farm-to-table restaurant. There's amazing farm-to-table restaurants in Nairobi. This one happens to be my fave. If you want to know more about cool restaurants in Nairobi, check out the podcast I did about my top 10. Child, if there's a will, there's a way. And this is how we move it into the next week. Join me as I move into the following weekend. And here I am back at Sakura Studios in Spring Valley. I had about 5 to 8 pounds that I wanted to get rid of right around my middle. So I was really in the gym, really doing these extracurricular workouts. Little did I know that in about 2 weeks I was going to have a stomach bug. And honey, ain't nothing like no stomach bug to get your waist back snatched. I really liked this class. It was challenging. I'd never used this type of reformer bed before. They actually had a ladder feature. It's a good class. I would highly recommend. The subtext is, yes, we have Pilates studios in Africa, specifically in Nairobi, Kenya. Actually, there's several. Dashed back home, got dressed to go to 2 events this evening. One would be a Planetary event and the other would be a comedy show. So you know how it is when you try to dress for 2 events, one in the daytime heat, one in the nighttime cool, but I worked it out. And this Planetary event was amazing. All of the planets were in alignment in our solar system and we got to see them all. And here we go, busting down these stereotypes. Believe it or not, Nairobi specifically has a thriving comedic scene. I love going to see comedy here. This is my favorite place to see comedy. And he's probably my favorite comedian that I've seen thus far in Nairobi.
That's why I'd rather be kidnapped but not in Atlanta. Because now bro, it's here you can be evil, but I doubt. But where we to
After the Planetary event, we got to the comedy club later than we would have liked, which is why we were seated in the back. However, it was still a good show, a good vibe. The food's pretty good there too. Comedy is such a culturally specific art form. I was actually shocked that I got most of the jokes. I mean, here people speak primarily in English, even though I feel like people are funnier when they're speaking in Kiswahili or whatever their mother tongue happens to be, which could be a downside for me because that means that I understand less. But honestly, I got most of the jokes. Oh, and for those of you aspiring comics, they actually offer classes. People tell me that I'm funny, like I think I'm funny when I'm not trying. And really, we all think that we're comedic until we get up on that stage. I've actually been toying around with possibly taking a class. I don't know, we'll see. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Blaxit to Africa. If you like what you heard, please share, subscribe, and leave a comment. May you thrive, may you be inspired, may you move with love and intention. Until next time.